Good day to each and everyone. So I will be reporting about the Chapter 7, which is the learners in other marginalized groups. So I will be your reporter for this session. My name is Baron Apostol. For the introduction, in this section, you will understand what marginalization means, especially in the area of education. You will learn about different groups that are marginalized in society and in education. You will explore a process that could be used to identify issues of marginalization in class or school. There might be situations that you are not aware of that have marginalization issues, is that it is important for you and the adults in the school community to be aware of. This so that an appropriate response can be given. So, question. What is marginalization? When you heard the word marginalize or marginalization, what comes in your mind? So let us proceed. So marginalization, it means it is a treatment of a person, group, concept as insignificant or peripheral. So it is kind of treatment to a person or a group that they are not important. So they are not feeling they are welcome to the other groups or other individuals. So they are made different because that is the society insists. So we have an example of marginalization. So denying professional opportunities because of aspects in someone's identity. So denying the opportunities to those someone or groups. So they are limiting the opportunities because of their identities for where they belong, their ethnicity, their race, their sex, or anything that could possible that would hinder them. So this includes racism, sexism, ableism. So not providing equal access to resources because of someone's identity. So they are tending the other groups. They are tending to limit the access of opportunities or resources to someone because of their identity. So derogatory language or bullying. So assuming someone got where they are only because they check a diversity box. So this also starts. This is where prejudice starts also. So these are pictures of marginalization. As you can see, the red person is for example, an indigenous people who are not welcome to the other groups. So they are not feel welcome, so they are being excluded. So let's proceed. So in marginalization in education. So marginalization is everywhere. So in education, there are also marginalization. So what is marginalization in education? Educational marginalization is defined as unfair, favored, or biased distribution of access to learning facilities, and resources. So if you are a student of some kind of school, so if you belong to some different race that are not the same with the other individuals, so you are being discriminated. And the curriculum doesn't meet what your interest is and also your needs. So based on geography, render socioeconomic conditions or personal circumstances. So this is based on someone's experiences. So let us proceed. So Deco Clark, 1966, as cited in Meshew, 2012, that theory of marginalization can trace its root to the theory of the marginal man, which at first pointed to the peculiar personality traits that arises when a person is situated in a marginal position among two social environments that are not completely matched. So a person when becomes a hybrid, a culturally hybrid, so they could be in situation in some kind of environment they don't completely match. So next is Robert Park and Everett B. Stonequist. Analysis of the marginal man focuses on an individual who is born and raised and is immersed in a different prevailing culture. So based on Robert Park and Everett, so marginal man focuses on an individual who is born and raised differently from other groups and prevailing to when we say prevailing, something is that is more powerful or that is different culture than the other. So also Park um, aptly identifies this individual as a person who becomes a cultural hybrid, living and sharing intimately in the life of distinct peoples, unwilling to break with his past and not accepted by by outside world. So he is living and also sharing the lives of those distinct people, so particular people, so and they are not, who are not recognized and they are considered unworthy and unimportant by the world. So in also Green 1997, a crisis experience becomes a personal concern when the individual is rejected. So when we heard or experience or saw someone that is being rejected by the society, so we feel bad for them for because they are no different from us. So they are also humans. So we are have the same creator. So we also care about them, so we should not limit their access. We should have give them equal rights, so they can have access to every resources what we can access. So Petovoska marginalization basically arises from culturally deeply embedded values, beliefs, standards, norms, and other factors which determine acceptability within a certain social framework. So marginalization usually starts with the values of or culturally, so that or the beliefs or standards of the society. So it defines there that there are requirements of people that could be accepted in that kind of society. So if that person doesn't meet its standards or doesn't meet the requirements of the society, so they are being marginalized or being treated insignificantly, or they are being not recognized or being recognized unimportantly. So it starts with the values and beliefs. So without those values and beliefs, so we are equal. So there are no beliefs that they could be a disadvantage of the society. So next, the United Nations Department Program of 1996 defines marginalization as the state of being considered unimportant, undesirable, unworthy, insignificant, and different, resulting in equity, unfairness, deprivation, and enforced lack of access to mainstream power. So the society, if you are belong to such indigenous group, so the society would actually limit the access of the resources for you. So you will not have an equal access to like everyone did. So Measure 2012 discussed the issue about labeling wherein a learner is categorized as belonging to a certain group depending on learner needs of challenges. So the learner is being categorized or being put in order as belonging to a certain group. So it depends on the needs and interests and that could challenge the learner. So next, Meshu 2003 explored how marginalization is experienced by primary students. He proposed that marginalization can be conceptualized in four different ways. So the first one, the child experiences some kind of marginalization that is recognized by almost everybody, including him or herself. So a child is being marginalized and is being recognized by almost everybody and including them. So the second one, the child feels that he or she is experiencing marginalization whereas most of the others do not recognize this. So there are also marginalization that the child who is being marginalized can feel it, but those people around them doesn't recognize that they are being treated insignificantly. So next, third one. When a child is found in what appears to be marginalized situations but does not feel it or does not view it as marginalization. So there are also people or children that do not feel that they are being marginalized or it is not viewed as marginalized just because they are different beliefs. So they are completely naive about that kind of situation. For the last one, when a child is experiencing marginalization but does not admit it. So there are also children or people being marginalized by the society or the school but does not admit it. So it would lead to frustrations and depression that would usually harm the child. So that will be the end of my report. So please still listen for the next reporters so they will continue about this chapter 7 about the learners in a marginalized groups. So thank you very much for listening. So again, my name is Baron Alison Apostol. Thank you very much.